What happens when your forever turns into your not anymore? Let's talk about it.
Wow.
Yo, what's popping? What's popping? We
What's
are back in the
poppin'?
building with another exciting conversation.
Yeah.
They ain't episodes no more. This is conversation,
This is
y'all.
it. This is it.
Listen, I'm your boy, Pastor J.
I'm your girl, Lady Free.
And I'm Zania.
I'm Bro J.
Bro J.
We got
Yeah,
us
I'm Bro
a
J.
guest.
we got a guest in here in the studio with us, and of course, we got our co-host Zania.
Zania.
She didn't sing it today, y'all. I don't know what happened. She must have lost her voice in revival. She's like, Zania. So listen, y'all. Listen, man. We just gonna go. We gonna jump. We jumping today.
That's it.
Listen, y'all. What happens when Ooh, I like that. What happens when your forever becomes your not anymore?
Not anymore.
Can we heal from divorce?
My
Can we
goodness.
heal from that covenant break?
My goodness.
Can we heal from that?
That's something.
Can we heal from that? I got my boy in today, y'all, and I brought him in today, man. Me and him, me and him connected out of the barbershop. And because we connected, man, we kind of been going through the same situation. No, I ain't going through it now, but we went through the same situation, and I was able to kind of help him navigate through it. We even kind of counseled him and his wife at the time, and he really kind of wanted the situation to work, man. And we were talking in the car, and what happens is when you get to that point of doing everything that you know to do, and everything that you really believe that you're doing right, and you hear these words, I don't want to do it anymore. It's not working for me. It is not working for me. That is where you are left. It is not working for me no more. I can't do it no more.
Wow.
Let's talk about that, y'all.
Let's talk about it.
That's a hard conversation, but it's a serious conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need it,
So what happens?
What happens?
Let me ask you this, though. How did you feel? Like, how did that make you feel? Like, did you feel like you failed? How did that make you feel?
Yeah, you feel like you fail. Feel small. Feel small like, man, you sure you want to do this? Don't do this to me.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me, because at the end of the day, like, you really want it to work, man. And when you hear some words like that, not no more, man, that's my throwing in the towel.
Yeah.
And the fight, you've been trained to fight your whole life. Don't stop swinging. But it's hard fighting by yourself. It's not a fight.
Yeah. A lot of us carry, we carry some wounds. And the wounds that we carry is because certain situations that we've been in were not straightened out. They were left in the open. They were left not dealt with.
Wow.
So we walk around angry because we're angry with some people that we had issues with. And this is what a lot of us are walking around with, because we're carrying this anger. I'm mad at her, or I'm mad at him. She says something to me wrong, and then we don't never go to that person and
Straighten it out.
Right.
Deal with it.
Yeah, we
Put
don't
your face
deal with
card on it. Like me, it was me.
Wow.
I messed up. I got to take the accountability. And the hardest part, I remember this part, man. We was fussing, man. And my daughter was like, Daddy, you messing up the family.
Wow.
Dude, man, that thing shocked me, man.
Wow.
Shock waves went through me. Not knowing, like, man, Daddy trying. When you hear that, I can't do it no more. Man, and you got to keep fighting. When you finally realize they're not fighting no more, it's silence. So you by yourself. So now you got to go to the mental. You go to the mental, be like, man, love yourself more. You start loving yourself. I didn't know how to love myself, or wasn't into finding love for myself.
Yeah.
My love is like, okay, cool. I want to make sure you happy. I don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make you happy, but by you making them happy, not making yourself first happy. You're not loving yourself first. I can tell you I love you all day long. You really not gonna believe, because so many scars and trauma that I done put you through, that I love you. Josh, you don't love yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take it yourself first. Look in the mirror. Michael Jackson said, "The man in the mirror." The man in the mirror is ugly. That's one of the hardest battles in this world, is facing that person that's in the mirror.
So let
So
me ask
Josh,
you
let
this.
me ask you.
Okay.
We
up?
both got a question.
Yeah, we
I
both
got
got
an
questions.
answer. We gonna answer. 1,000,000 views. What's up?
Based on based on what you just said, because that is so true. If you don't know how to love yourself, you cannot give out something that you don't have within. So based on you knowing that, and you say you were fighting, do you think your fight was based on what you thought would win her, or was it based
Yes.
on what she actually needed?
What I thought was gonna win her, and at the end of the day, it's not what she like. It's, first, you gotta sit back and, man, think about love languages. Let's go there, right?
Mhm.
Your love language, I want to give, thinking your love language is gonna make them be happy, but their love language is on some
Quality time or something.
quality time
Acts
and
of service.
acts of service, and
Yeah.
and
So you were speaking the wrong language.
I was speaking the wrong language, but in my language, I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I want. Let me give you this. I'm trying for this. I'll break my back.
Wow.
But that's not their love language.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you gotta sit back and first learn them, study them, and honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest, to say, man, I sat back and I look, when I take full responsibility of it, a lot of that hurt that I didn't put on them, years it piled up, and they can't see past that.
Yeah.
So that started going to counseling, right?
Yeah.
But then when you start going to counseling, you know what I'm saying, as a couple, man, you got to think first. You still got issues you got to fix for the counseling. Because first, you got to love yourself before you love somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I just never did know how to love myself. When we first started dating, before we even got married, she asked me what was my goals in life. That's a topic you and your significant other better have. What's your goals? My answer was, I have none. Only goal I ever had in my life was, man, I want to make it to heaven. I don't care about nothing else.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I just want to make it to heaven.
So let me ask you a question, Josh. I'm gonna come even a little down straight street here,
Come on.
because before you even get to the I don't want to do this no more, there were certain things that happened. Like what were some of the things that happened in the line of now leading it to I can't take it. What were some of those things that you feel, not only not speaking the love language, but there were some specific things that I'm sure happened? What were some of those things?
Infidelity.
Got you.
Infidelity. And you for a man, it's hard for him to see, like, man, my woman cheated on me. I can never mess with her again.
Yeah.
Men don't, this is how a woman, infidelity, but at the same time, this is what I seen my daddy do.
Yeah.
This is what I seen my daddy do. I didn't think there was nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't think there was nothing wrong. I didn't know that, like, this is my daddy do. This is my example. So, that's my example.
Got you.
And it was infidelity. Now, mind you, I swear, it hurts, because now your conscience dealing with, man, you done messed your whole family up. Mess your family up, man. Your kid got to look at that and be like, Daddy, you messed the family up. That was the hardest pill I had to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the hardest pill I had to swallow.
So you
Real quick.
understood you understood that it wasn't necessarily right, but you just didn't understand the damage that it actually does.
Exactly.
Okay, so then I have a question for you. What made you decide to? I mean, I know that's what your father did, but what made you decide? What was that thing that made you decide to step out?
When really made me, it was like we were separated.
Oh,
But like hold on, we separated, we argued, we separated. And man, in your head, like you like, man, we separated, it ain't gonna count. Like, no, I'm
right.
Yeah, I
yeah,
got you.
it ain't gonna
Yeah,
count.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we separated, like, but it does count.
Got you.
It counts to their heart,
Yeah.
to their soul. It does count. Cause man, I used to think in my head, man, she ever step out on me, look, I ain't gonna play that. I ain't gonna play that. I'm telling you right now.
Do you know? I was telling this to my wife, man, and I feel like a lot of men go through this a lot. For some reason, the thing that causes men to go out is that feeling of validation. Now, some of us grow up. When we was talking about this in the car, it's like you want to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
So sometimes we go into this box because we don't want other people to see the ugly part of us that we don't like.
Yeah.
So because we don't get that validation, sometimes, and I'm sure that happens because sometimes women, and it could be because of decisions that we make. And a lot of times we always blame stuff on the devil. It ain't the devil. I heard Pastor Mike say this. I ain't gonna take credit for it. He said it's the decisions that we make. We make some decisions that cause choices that cause us to feel neglected, to feel because we'll do something, and of course you're gonna be ignored. Like you just did something that was dumb.
Yeah.
The devil didn't make you do that. You made this choice to do whatever that was.
So when you cheated, what made you do it? What was that thing?
Again, it was like that made me feel validated. It made me feel like I was accomplishing something. If I was able to go get somebody else to feel a certain way about me,
Yeah.
It was I had the control.
Because it's
of
not
how I
about
feel.
them.
Yeah, it's about me.
It's about me.
Yeah, exactly.
I need this gratification.
I need to feel this way. Yeah,
Like,
that's a man
check
thing.
this out. Like on the real, I can look at a female and think in my mind, man, she's bad. I don't have no thoughts on. Let me check where her head at.
Yeah, we looking at
Yeah,
She got what I need to make me feel she's pretty. She got what I need that's gonna make me feel it's significant. That's gonna fulfill this empty. But that goes back to what we're saying: not loving yourself. So this is why most men don't know that they have to have purpose. They don't know that because if you don't know what you want to do, that says I don't know me. I don't even know what I'm capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling certain way about myself that I don't even know how to get out of this dark place.
Do I look good?
Yeah.
Do I look good? Do people like me?
Yeah.
Now I gotta sit down and think in my head. Because man in the middle, the mirror in the mirror, you facing them. Hey, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Or what can I do right? What? Do I look good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause, like, listen, man, once you start having those questions to yourself, man, you start losing yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
You start
wow.
losing yourself.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, at a time, I used to tell myself this. I wake up in the morning, in the mirror. If your confidence high, your self-esteem, if your confidence high and your self-esteem to the sky, you will always be fly. So that's what I would tell myself every day. Man, I got confidence. Man, I look good. At the same time,
You don't feel good.
I don't feel good.
Yeah.
So I got to tell it to myself.
You telling
I
yourself.
really got to mind myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for me to go out there and feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get out in that ugly world, back into that box, I'm going to go in this box where I'm comfortable, I'm safe, I ain't got to worry about nobody messing with me, I ain't even messing with nobody. Like, but once, man, God, you said it on the way coming. God, you know what I'm saying, then put us in that box. We designed to be outside that box.
Yeah.
That
different.
glow is supposed to be out that box.
Absolutely.
Man.
Hey, a little
And
quick
here's
shout
the
out,
funny
y'all.
thing, though.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, quick shout out. This is a quick shout out. Leslie. Hey, Leslie, this is our cousin. My sister Latisse, how you doing? Valerie Edmonds, thank you for checking in with us. My dad, thank you for checking in with us. Crowley Stewart, thank you for checking in. Lisa Dabney, what's up, sis? Love you much.
Hey, Lisa.
We just wanted to give y'all just a couple of shout outs, y'all.
We love y'all.
We got 1 million views coming tonight.
Yeah. Come on.
And I wanted to say, because I heard y'all say a couple of times that's a man thing, but to be honest, that's a human thing. Because females have the same need, same desire. Here is the difference, though. Females will tell you, I need this from you, babe. I need this from you. I need that from you. I'm telling you, before they actually fall into or find themselves in a position where now they're seeking it outside. Whereas on a man, they don't express those things. They don't.
We weren't taught to express. We weren't taught, or we wasn't. Sorry to say, but like this is just me. We wasn't designed to express ourselves verbally. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go do it because I feel like doing it. Like,
I think it's more so not.
I get that because like you and I were sharing, coming from Louisiana, that's a sign of a weak man. We're taught, I hear it all the way, growing up, I heard it all around me. You don't cry.
Nope.
You don't express yourself. All that is a sign of weakness for a man. So you better toughen up.
Yeah.
You better get it together, So yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I think as parents, this is why it's so important as parents that we be conscious to fulfill those love languages or teach those love languages when the kids are little, like giving little self-validations like you're beautiful today, spending time. These are things, quality time. You actually develop those love languages early so that when they grow up and mature, they're not looking to fulfill that in the wrong people.
Right.
In the wrong people, because that's why as parents we have to be
aware.
We have to be intentional. That's what I'm looking for. We have to be intentional on giving that to our kids because again, and I believe it's like I was telling somebody today. I think I was telling you, all things work together. So everything that we go through, a lot of times, Josh, for you too, a lot of times we go through things because God is trying to build some things in us. So there's nothing that happened that don't happen because it happened. You know what I'm saying? Even with the choices that we make, God is so strategic that he'll take that choice and turn it around for his glory. That's just how God is. He's just that. He's that big. He's just that big that whatever decision that you make or whatever situation that you gone through, he put these things purposely to do what?
Right.
To make sure that you know who to turn to. Because sometimes, again, and it sounds like you made that situation your idol. And God said, I'm not going to have no other God before me.
Right.
So what he did was stir up that situation so that because now it's like, Lord, Lord, I'm believing in you. Lord, I'm trusting you. You started going to church. You started doing this. It was certain stuff that you was not doing while you was in the situation because you was so busy trying to please and make this situation happy till you forgot about the one who creates joy. You can't make nobody happy when you don't even have joy inside because he said, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, or the world can't take it away.
Here.
Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
Come on here.
So that's just what it is. It's like it's not, and I don't take it for granted. And I appreciate you coming on today and sharing, being transparent, man. I appreciate that because that takes a lot of heart to say, look, I messed up. That was me. You know what I'm saying?
Say, take your charge.
Yeah.
Take your charge and like you say, from Louisiana, you're gonna take your charge and don't lay down. So you got to get back up, put the pieces back together.
Yeah.
Build yourself back up to where, like, going back with you gonna start screaming out to God.
Yeah.
Boy, you gonna start screaming out to God. I'm talking about, God help me.
Yeah.
Why am I gotta be the one that's going through this? Tell me, man.
Yeah.
I'm losing everything.
Yeah.
I lost everything, and I still. Hey, you think you better than Job? No.
Yeah.
Come on, son. Just keep relying on me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, he'll give you all that back though. He'll give you all that back.
He will.
But you gotta go through the suffering. You gotta go through the pain. You gotta go through everything to, at the same time, he will look at you and say, look, my child when he done. Look at him now. Not for their eyes, for that man in the mirror eyes. Now look at you.
Mm-hmm. Notice what God used, and I know y'all got some, but let me say this real quick.
This is good. I'm listening.
Notice what God used. Notice what God used to make David king. He used his battle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Notice what God used to make David king.
Yeah.
He used his father overlooking him because he didn't have the stature that his brothers had.
Right. Come here.
Look what God used to bring David to be the king that he was.
Yeah.
He used the trials and the trauma. And then also, now the thing is, even in a battle, guess what he had to be? Because if he never went to go check on his brothers, he wouldn't even he wouldn't have been coming in contact with Goliath.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So what he had to do is, even in the midst of how he felt, and even in the midst of not even being in the battle, he had to be obedient. Mm-hmm. So he left to go feed his brother to make sure that they was okay, to find out.
Right.
But so the whole point is, God uses these battles to do what? Bring us where he has us to be. So everything, she's telling me to get rid of my gum. Come on,
he just so into it. I don't want that thing to get choked. Because I know
Boom,
CPR, but I don't know if I know it good.
But that's what he used. He used battle.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we can't get knocked down from battles. We can't get knocked down from problems. We can't get knocked down from trials, because what it say? Trials come to do what? Make us strong.
Yeah.
So the only way we're going to develop some muscle is we got to go through battle.
And you know what's crazy? Me and one of my partners, he was talking, right? He was like, Josh, you know what the word Selah mean? I'm like, what? Talking about Selah, man. You tripping. I don't know what that means. Tell me I mean rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean rest. Right? When them cats was on that boat, they was in that storm. Help me! Mm-hmm. God was just Selah and resting.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. He was resting because you know one thing, y'all gonna go through it once y'all stop looking at the storm cat.
Yeah.
Look at me, I got this, man. Like, you know.
That's right.
Like this. So you gonna go through it, man. And it hurts. It hurts. Now, you said earlier, that's when you're talking about a man that don't want to cry, we like, we built like that.
Yeah.
But the strength is crying. Mm-hmm. That's where the strength's at. The strength is crying. And it's okay to cry, man. Man, I cried. This is surreal, man. Man, I cried. I was like, hey, why me? Why me? Like, but at the same time, why not you?
Yeah.
Why not you?
Yeah.
And man, I cried. I'm like, I didn't understand it, to the point where I was like, man, the only time I ever seen my daddy cry is this is not just song. It's when my daddy died. So now I'm feeling weak. Man, I'm crying. Yeah. I'm crying on a situation where I ain't even on a dying bed. So hold on, chill out. You really on a dying bed because at the same time, you broken.
Yeah.
So while you crying, you taking all that out and he's building you back up, bringing you back to life.
Right.
Yeah. So cry it out, let it out. But
let it out.
They don't teach us to let that out. Deal with it as men. Don't lay down.
Yeah.
Toughen up, man. Don't you, man, cry, my brother. Yeah. Man, cry, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that out, man. That's what
I don't know why. And I've never seen, because I never tell my sons, and this is how I show them how to be men. And I don't know why we feel like to teach a young man to be a man, we got to teach him to be tough.
Because this world is tough.
This world is soft.
No, listen.
This generation is soft. They not tough.
Want me to tell you why they soft? How many men was in that household then?
That's right. That's my point.
Yeah. So the role models was messed up.
Yeah.
But like you, man, coming up, your role model is not, you don't have no role models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have no lawyer role models. That's not your role model. Your role model is that cat that's on swingers.
Yeah.
That's your, and he's hard. Man, he's hard. You can see that, man.
Yeah, yeah.
He's fly.
That's cool to us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool to us.
So,
we want to be like him.
Yes. But at the same time, that's on the outside. You know how much pain that man dealing with?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Come on.
He's not telling you that pain.
Yeah.
He's not telling you that pain. Because when he go home, he got to be like, damn, boy, I made it home safe. I had to worry about the laws. Had to worry about people coming at me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now he's really not sleeping. Man, get somebody and talk to him and tell him, say, man, it's okay. Like, positive mind, man. Man, find somebody, okay, cool. Man, it's cool to be a trash man. Like, man, it's cool. It's like, listen, it's cool to be the carpenter. Like, man, because it's something different than what we seeing in the streets.
Yeah.
Like, and that man in the streets gonna tell me, man, stay hard.
But what is that hard saying? Like the heart is
Right.
the heart is what we are using to cover up what we not dealing with.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it's not good to teach them to be tough, because what we're doing is we're still teaching them to avoid what they need to be dealing anyway. It's good to deal with your emotions. It's good to. That's why I teach my sons to be responsible. Be responsible.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Men are responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men keep their word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That. Now, if you do that, then you look authoritative. You don't just look tough. You cover the whole aspect of a man.
Come here.
And that's authoritative.
Come here, king.
You know what I'm saying? That's a king. But being tough, no. That's a camouflage.
Yeah.
That's camouflage. You know, no. Most tough, like you said, most tough dudes that act tough are hurting.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They because I did it.
Yes, you heard
I
me.
had to look like I was the man, knowing inside I don't even know who I am.
Man, crying. You're crying inside.
Yeah, you crying inside.
But them tears is inside.
Yeah.
But the glory is when you take them outside and start crying.
Yeah.
Oh, help me.
Come on, help me.
Help me.
I'm sorry, this
but
done
check
turned
this
into
out.
man talk, y'all.
But this on the
No.
real. You know how hard it is for a man to say, help me?
Oh, yeah.
Help me.
Help me. But you know what I'm learning, though? You know what I'm learning? Because I deal with young men every day.
Yeah.
I can hear the cry without them even saying help me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was that man.
Because you see it, though.
Yeah. So it's like, because again, that's that tough, that camouflage. But so when they play tough, I know you need some help.
Man,
I know you.
talk to me, my brother.
Come holler at me, man.
Man, I'm a school bus driver. But let me rephrase that. I'm not a school bus driver. I'm a youth counselor that transport kids.
Yeah.
There you
You
go.
heard me?
That's
Straight up. That's straight up.
That's what it is.
That's what I'm finna start telling people. Reason why, because check this, I got this one kid on the bus. In 1 week, dude lost his best friend and his first cousin. Right? Mm-hmm. And he was getting off the bus, man. And I looked at him, I could have seen the pain on him. But he got to put that about face, that tough face to go deal with this school or be around people. So I said, hey, man, stop. Let me talk to you. Everything all right? Matter of fact, I'm going to pull over. Don't get down, man. You going to talk to me. I'm worried about that. As soon as we pull over, that man started crying. Started crying. I said, yeah, let it out, my brother. I said, everything going to be all right. I said, what's wrong? He said, man, they killed my brother and my best friend in a week. And I gotta go up in there and I can't. I said, it's all right, let it out. You're gonna be all right. It's gonna strengthen you, my brother. Fast forward, right? Maybe like last week. It happened about 2 months ago. By last week, man, he played baseball now. He hit a home run. He said, man, he couldn't wait. He made them video that home run, right? He couldn't wait to get on my bus for me to see his video. Mr. Bro J, man, look, I hit a home run. As soon as I got this video, I want to show you. I look at him, man, I'm proud of you, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He said, I remember the talks we had. You know what I'm saying? You pray to me, like you preach to me. I ain't preaching to you. I'm just telling you, man, I don't want you to end up going, put our about face that we had to do. Mm-hmm. Man, it's okay. So when you see these kids, you, like you said, you see what's inside them. Mm-hmm. Man, I can sit down and see them, and I don't think about what's inside when I see them. I'll be like, man, I remember a guy that grew up just like you. Man, you remind me of my cousin. You remind me of one of my partners. You remind me of, I can see it. So I can deal with them on that type of level and try to build them up. But check this out. Before you build them up, you got to build yourself up.
You got to be up. Yeah.
You got to have something to pour in them. So you got to pour into yourself. You got to keep. So I got it right now. My thing is, man, I'm learning to love myself. I'm on the walk to.
What do you think? What do you think is happening in the midst of? Hey, Patricia, I was looking for you, girl. You got on late today, but we love you.
We got 1 million views. You're getting, you know.
So let me say this to you. In the midst of, what we think we have to do is we got to pour into ourselves.
Okay.
He said, I will love you even until the end of the earth.
Yeah.
So the whole time you're going through, that's God pouring into you.
Right. Yeah.
That's him pouring into you.
Oh, yeah, he's going to do that.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to do that. And remember this. He's not just pouring into you for you. He's pouring into you for somebody else. Because everything you go through, it is not for you. It's for you to have that strength to be able to see somebody else who need what God just took you out of.
Yeah.
So the whole time, he's been pouring into you.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing. It goes back to what you said, Jesse, about you said he works all things for our good. It goes back to that because it's funny how consequences work. So things happen in our life because of our decisions, and we got to realize there's going to be a consequence for our decision. However, those consequences, though they feel like they're hurting us, are actually helping us. Because if we never had a consequence, we would never change the action. But it's because it hurts that we say, "Oh no, I don't want to hurt like this.
No more.
I ain't trying to hurt like this no more.
I ain't going to do this again. No way."
Yeah.
Look at everybody.
So
go ahead.
Okay, so my question. Okay, so when it comes down to like the divorce situation, it seems like a lot of times that men have to go through the bad experiences in order to learn, but then they take us with them. And you said, Lord, help me. And it's like when God sends a wife, that is help. So I noticed a lot of times that men, they won't help after the fact, but they have help every day that they don't hear, they don't listen to. She's there for whatever their need is to make them feel validated or whatever the case. Why is that?
Well,
okay. Shoot. Okay. I'm going to tell you my opinion.
Yeah.
I can only speak for me. Man, y'all talk a lot. like, listen, y'all talk a lot. And I know as a man, we got to listen. Because that's all y'all want us to listen.
Yeah, hear me.
I'm going to listen. I'm going to hear you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to hear you. But I'm listening. That's where I messed up at. I can hear you all day long. Yeah, okay. But if I'm listening, I'm not really listening. So that's where you fall off at. You got to listen to them. And not just hear them. Because, man, I can hear you all day long. Yeah, baby, you're right. 2 minutes later, what I said, I don't know. I don't remember.
Right.
Because I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
So when you got that help inside right then and that moment, and they telling you, hey, baby, the only thing I need you to do is just show me you take the trash out, cut the grass, be mindful of things, or like the things you right. Yeah, okay. I listen. I'm gonna do it maybe 10 minutes from now. I ain't gonna jump up and do it right then and there because, like, watch this on some. I'm a man. I know I'm wrong.
Let me piggyback.
I ain't gonna jump up and do it right.
Let me piggyback off. Let me piggyback off what you saying. Let me tell you what it is. Most women, I ain't gonna say all. Most women try to fix the man instead of building the man. See, when there's a difference between fixing him and building him. When you fix him, you try to put them all together at one time.
Boom.
But when you build him, you give building. You put a little bit. You put a little bit at a time. Until so it's just sowing the seed. Boom, and keep sowing the seed. And as you keep sowing the seed, what you're doing is you're building. But we want it fixed because we got this expectation of what we desire this man to be, and we want him to be here.
Not just that. we want you fixed because you're dragging us along.
Yeah, but
we're feeling all of your mistakes. We're feeling all of the decisions you make. But that's what the help is.
That's what I'm saying. That's where they go wrong.
Okay, and then for you, Mr. Josh. What the kids call you? What
Check
the kids
Mr.
call
Broj.
Mr. Broj.
Check me.
You said we talk a lot. We do.
Yes.
But let me say this. God sent the voice to talk to you.
Yes.
If you didn't have a lot to talk about to, then he wouldn't have her talk a lot to you.
Yeah.
So the reason why she talk a lot, because you're not listening, like you just said. So yeah, we talk a lot. But
do you talk? But will God have you talk that much when you know they're not listening?
God trying to say something to you every day. Yes, what?
Let me say, because you said that, Pastor J, as if you're not listening is the correct way to handle that.
Come on,
no, but wait, let me
come
finish.
on.
Because that's the same way that you did the gift that God gave you is the same way you handle God. When it's something you don't want to listen to, if it's not interesting you, you start tuning it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so that should be a correction. Because here's the thing. Going back to what Josh said, okay, you heard, like let's use the example of the trash. You heard her desire for if you just take the trash out. So you do it 10 minutes later. It's not you doing it 10 minutes later that's the problem. It's the fact that you wasn't consistently doing it after that I had to keep telling you every week, take that trash out. Why, when I already told you last week, and the fact that you only did it last week shows me that you didn't take to heart what I said, because you only did it to shut me up. You did it that 1 week, and then you dropped it every week after that. So every week I have to come back and repeat my desire. But why? Take to heart what I'm saying, not just listen, but take to heart, because I'm taking to heart what you say to me. Every time you bring me something and you say, I need you to, I take that as my own. So I'm saying, as I'm becoming one with you, become one with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's true. Let me read this quick comment.
Carl Smith. That was good, baby.
Carl, thank you so much, bro, for tuning in. He said, most men grew up in the home that didn't teach the man how to be or become a man. My brother, Tony Bird, my dude, love you, bro.
Hey.
And Patricia, so let me say this.
Patricia said, let me read.
Oh yeah.
Patricia said, please. Oh yeah. She said, please, my sister, your partner is to give you help, to help me, to help lift you when you're falling.
Yeah. Let me say this too, because what you said is so key. But let me say this. Listen. Let me say this. If you push too much food in my mouth, you know what I'm gonna do? At some point, because it's too much food, I'm gonna either gag or I'm gonna throw it up, I'm gonna regurgitate it. So what you just did was you gave me too much, more than I can handle.
The interesting thing to me is that a man would see it that way.
Huh?
Okay.
No, but you have to. I'm not
a woman that love you. Not gonna keep trying to force feed you.
I understand that, but you can't say it's funny that a man see it that way, because that's how it is for men.
Let me show you how I saw it.
I know, but you're seeing it from a woman's perspective,
right? And you're seeing it from a man's perspective, because I saw the little kid doing this when mommy trying to give you something good to eat, or even castor oil that's gonna help clean your system out, because your belly
But it tastes bad.
But it tastes bad.
Okay, but it's gonna help clean your belly out, and it's gonna make you feel better.
We didn't say
afterwards.
that's not gonna help you, but that don't mean we're structured enough, or we're ready to deal with this nasty taste in our mouth, because that's what it's doing. And again, we say this all the time. You said you want it to be received, not rejected.
True.
You don't want it to be rejected.
Received,
so
right.
You can't keep giving information and you know it's not received. That's not help.
Let me ask this question, Pastor Jay and Josh. I use the example of simply just taking the trash out without me having to ask. How is that too much information?
It's not.
No, that's not. Now, that's not too much.
I was just giving an analogy.
But hold on. But wait a minute.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
But Zania, check this out. Right now, you just said it with a calm tone voice. That is well received. But at the time that you want it dumped, you ain't, y'all, most women ain't saying, I just want you to take out, then you ain't take the garbage out yet.
Watch this.
Really?
Watch this.
How long the garbage going to sit in here?
That
garbage stinks.
We don't start like that. And then the garbage
but
bin,
the point, no,
the garbage bin
like
in the house has significance. I'm trying, as a woman, we want to make a house a home. If
you don't think we do?
It smells like garbage, then that home is stinky.
Okay.
And it's not conducive to what I'm trying to bring
to life. But
the point
is, see, here's the thing. Most of us work. So when we come home,
most of us, y'all can't say that no more because most of us work.
We're not talking about
what
y'all.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Check this out. A woman these days, excuse me, I don't want you to get offended.
I won't.
Because I'm serious. I'm going to come real with this one. Y'all feel like y'all know men more than a man knows himself. y'all know. No, man. No.
You can't tell a man how he feels. You can't say that. You just saying that. No, you can't say that.
Y'all know how a man is so much.
Okay, Zany, I need you in the house. I did not say. I said it's funny how you, as a man, y'all think like that. I didn't say that.
All right, Steve Harvey. All right, act like a man and think like a lady. All right, Steve Harvey. All right, Steve Harvey.
Because what I'm saying, y'all think about it. It's so interesting that even in regular conversation, and we're talking about divorce, right? Even in regular conversation, as the conversation get to the point where you're not thinking about what you're going to say.
Yeah, man.
It seems like women get a bad rap.
No,
Zany.
That's not true.
No,
that's not true.
It sounds like
let me go there, and I want to read my brother's
Zany,
comment.
where you at?
Check this. Hold on, before you say that, let me say this. See, the thing is, like I said, you didn't let me finish to the period.
Okay.
Sometimes we're home and we're tired, so sometimes we just want to just kind of unwind a little bit. But you want us to dump the garbage right now. Like, hold on, give me a second. Let me sit down for a second. I'm going to dump the garbage. I know it stink, but right now, I just need I just need, that's the problem. You do it when you ready to do it. And it's like, give me a second.
Yes.
Give me that second to just unwind. Because when I come home to my place this is my place of peace.
Yes.
So if I got to come to my place of peace and you're giving me unpeace, then what you're going to get is definitely a resistance. Like, you know what? I'm going to dump this garbage, but I'm doing it grudgingly. And you don't want that. So allow, at least be patient enough to say, okay, let me give him a moment. Now, if it was the next day, I could see you saying, you know what I said. But a couple of minutes later or a half hour later or even an hour, some of us need that hour to just decompress from the whole day. So just give me that hour.
I'm just grateful that that's not an issue that we deal with because you do take the trash out. I appreciate that. You do.
Yeah, I do.
We have a system. You take the trash out, I put the bag in.
I take the trash out too.
Yeah, Tony Bird got a comment up here
Okay,
too.
I'm going to read Carl Smith first, and then we're going to come to Tony Bird. Okay, Carl says, I think both partners should first know their role in the relationship. There's nowhere in the Bible that it says only the man can take out the trash, and there's nowhere it says that a woman should cook. My point is submissive one to another. It's a two-way street. I got you. And I'm going to give you that. That was good. That was good. True. And you're right. You're right. But I mean,
What? You know what? That's a...
Wait. Because women take the trash out.
Yes.
No, but I wouldn't let them take the trash out.
But he wouldn't. He don't want me to take the trash out.
I won't let my woman take the trash out. No, you ain't.
I respect that. Yes.
You ain't taking no trash out.
But I hear what you're saying, Carl, because...
But be the same energy. I don't want you to wash those dishes neither.
I don't like him washing dishes. Because I like all the food off my dishes.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
I do not like little
You saw that little dab she threw at me?
Yeah.
She just threw a little dab, threw a rock at me, hit me right.
Okay, so Bird, he says, hold up. Let me read it first. Okay, go ahead and keep talking. Kim, what's up, girl?
Safe thing means a lot to a man, so you have to find a way that man can receive what you're saying to him. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Talk that talk,
Kim.
Okay,
you're right, Bird. You're right. It is not how you. It's not what you say.
What's up, Mr. Scott? Dallas Cowboy Nation.
This the thing, though. We work, and I'm just gonna bring it back to that. Hold on, to the period. We work. We come home. We cook. We still expected to keep everything in line, right? And don't you go talking about when the last time you cooked. I cooked today.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jesus.
Boy, that was right on time.
Baby, oh no. If y'all knew how our house was set up,
listen.
Don't do that.
But the point is, because you work, guess what I do?
But as soon as
I don't make it a thing that you don't cook like you should.
But this is not about me and you. This is about marriage.
In general.
Right.
So watch this. In general. I'm going to speak on Louisiana. Me, I enjoy cooking.
Right.
You had a business, a restaurant business.
This is my peace of mind.
Okay.
I like leave me alone. This is my peace of mind. My wind down time is when I cook. Because for Louisiana guys, be honest, cooking is a competition. That's just like basketball and football. That's a competition. So we ain't gonna have that type of conflict of, oh, you come home and cook. Nah, man, we both gonna do that. Yeah. Because hey, don't think. Matter of fact, don't think you cook better than me. We got competition with that. We can't put that as in. I'm saying it's about the cooking and
the roles, right?
Yeah, the roles. Now check this out. To me, my thoughts, because everybody got their own perspective.
Perspective, yeah.
My thoughts. A man is you go to work, pay bills.
You
go to work. Else? Hold on, watch this. You come home, you cook and do all that, you know. But you go to work and pay bills. Yeah.
And see, that's the thing. That's the point of the conversation that we're saying. Because if all men, just say for instance, if all men had that perspective that the main thing that you do is work, come home and pay bills, then you're missing the aspect of actually connecting with your wife. Yes. Because that's a responsibility.
And that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. To the point where, man, it grows you apart.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. What was your example that you saw growing up? That's my example. Man, go to work and come back and pay bills.
I get that. Trust me, I get that.
And go back up.
But it
so
goes
talking
back to
is not.
If the woman is talking to you and you're tuning her out because she talked too much, the woman is telling you, baby,
hold on. I don't like how you said that. Hold on, rewind that. So go ahead, rewind that. I don't like it because she talks too much.
She said, I understand your childhood because I got my trauma.
Right? Yeah. Come on.
Work this out. But you already done tuned her out because she talking too much. You only heard a little.
Man, I'm tired. That man just told you we work, huh?
And so do we. We get tired. Again, women get tired too because we're not only battling the world as a woman, we're battling our husbands listening to us. And we don't want to feel like it's a battle. We want you just to hear us. And if it's too much at that time, just say it's too much at that time.
You know what?
Use your words.
Hey, you know exactly what you just said. I'm just learning that now. Like I can take I'm just learning that now.
Okay.
And I wish I'd have had that in me while we was cultivating together. It would have still been 100.
That's what I was about to say. Like, most men, we get stuck into blaming our choices and our actions on our example when that was our choice.
Yeah.
To use that example. Because the thing is, the example was put there to teach you, but not to model after.
That's something.
Talk that talk. Talk that talk. We getting 1 million views. We getting 1 million views.
Yeah,
but check this out. That's your model.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's your model.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you see your model,
he says to teach you, not to model yourself after. So what is he teaching you? Because there's a right answer and there's a wrong answer.
But at the same time, they're both right and they're both wrong.
Okay.
So check this out.
Break it down.
Break it down?
Yeah.
That was your model, right? That's your model.
It was my model. It taught me what not to do. It taught me how to be. Because again, it's still our choice. Because again, you have say if you got the right, like she said, if you got the right answer and the wrong answer in front of you, right? Right. You already know what's right because we were born into knowing what's right and what's wrong.
There.
It's already, these are the genetics that's been placed. That's how we were created. And understand, because even before sin was put in the world, we were created to be right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Before sin even came. Yeah. So the thing was that it was their choice to now sin. So again, it's the same thing. It's a choice. So if you know that this example is not good, and because first of all, it's not good. Why? Because it bothers you. Trust me, it's like, nah, you ain't never home. Now, you're complaining about it. So you already know it's not right. But then what we do is we use that as an excuse so that we can follow this model to stay where we are. So again, is we have that choice to say, I'm not going to do that. I'm glad I seen that to show me how to go navigate this way.
Right.
That's why I said a lot of times we blame a lot of things and we get responses from the choices that we make. Because here's the choice: we choose to follow that model, and we know that model is wrong, but we get mad when we get the consequences that come from us choosing this model instead of choosing this model.
Come on.
Because that's the model that never changes. He is today the same today, yesterday, and forevermore.
Yeah.
And he is the great the great I am.
Yes. I am.
Yes.
Okay, I have a couple of comments. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Okay, so Carl, you speaking some good stuff.
Hey, Amanda.
Carl says the world beats the man up all day because the enemy is after the head of the home. So when he comes home, the wife is the corner person that helps heals the wounds so he can get back in the fight the next day.
Come on, Carl.
I know, Carl.
Talk that talk, Carl.
Come on, Carl.
Talk that talk, Carl.
He says, I had to learn to listen to my wife, but like I said, I had to learn to listen.
Yeah.
And what I just said, I'm just learning that now.
Yeah.
I'm just learning that now.
Yeah.
And it's sad that it took all this for me to learn that.
But that's what it needed to take.
Man.
I know. He said before you was formed in your mother's womb, he knew you was gonna be stubborn. He knew that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me he didn't know.
Yeah.
So he knew what he had to use to get you to learn. That's why I said we can't that learning. We can't filter that learning because God knows us and He knows what it's gonna take for us to learn.
Right. And the thing that I just caught with that is a lot of times us as women, we end up getting with men because of whatever the reason, what we like about him, or he do this good, or he said this or whatever. And we are in a relationship with the guy that does not know how to listen. We're in a relationship with the guy that didn't have nothing but that role model. And we get mad at him for being who he is. No, but we married. We knew what we were marrying.
When what attracted me to her was my walk with God at that very moment.
Yeah.
Was my faith in God at that very moment. That's what she liked it about me.
I remember that.
That's what she loved it about me.
Yeah.
Like, man, it was my walk. Because at that time in my life, and listen, dude, if you're not rocking with this, I can't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, man, I started letting the devil talk to me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started, man, Josh, you tripping, man? And I backed away from God. And I'm talking about but it was my walk that was like she liked it. Yeah. And I'm not finna give you cats no cool points because I gotta get my woman. You hear me?
my brother Tony
Burns.
Burns.
I gotta get my woman. So you think it's a possibility she could be your woman again?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Come on.
Yes. Let me tell you something.
Reason why you gotta go through trials, man. I had to cry. I gotta cry.
Yeah.
I gotta cry sometimes.
So this is the thing. My brother said the same thing. He was like, because they was on the show. My brother Tony Bird and his wife, they was on the show, dealing with the same thing. Man, they was to the point where but they trusted God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They had to separate,
from the brink.
but they trusted God.
Thank
and they came
God.
on the show to give their testimony.
Thank God.
So what I'm saying is, in the midst of this, one thing we cannot do is we cannot hold our parents to an expectation of what they don't even know themselves.
Yeah, talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying? Because what we do is we use their model in their struggle, and this is what we follow. We follow the struggle. We follow the not know-how. We follow the learning, too. Because guess what they're doing? They're learning as well. So we're following their learn. But we got to really, that's why I said, think on these things. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to consistently that's why I say, He'll keep you in perfect peace.
Yeah.
If your mind is stayed.
Keep it stayed right there.
So that means it's a consistent, Lord, I need you. And the thing is, it's nothing, like you said earlier, it's like one thing we don't like to do is, because we gotta be tough. We gotta tell people we gotta make people, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Knowing we not good.
Man,
I'm good.
It's that's the words I told you.
Like, there's nothing wrong with saying, I need help. Lord, I need you. God, I need you. You know, and that's sometimes that's just all he waiting, because he's sitting there right there with you.
Yeah.
He right there with you saying, look, I'm here to help you go through this, my son, because you are my son.
Yes. He right there with you in the form of a wife.
In the wait, Kim Scott said something.
Right there with you. Right there. Yes. In the form of a wife.
Is this Mr. Scott or this you, Kim? She said both individuals come to the table with dysfunctional habits, but as years pass in marriage, our jobs are to grow and ask God to teach us His ways of doing exactly
His
Kim.
ways.
Exactly, Kim.
Talk that talk.
His ways.
Love it.
And it's
what
true,
you gotta
because
say,
I know
Danielle?
I have came with some mess, so I know it's true.
Yeah.
But listen, y'all, man, this was awesome.
Went by fast.
This goes by fast.
Yeah.
But I just want to say this before we go home and close. It's so important that we understand that you can heal from a broken marriage. You can heal from a broken situation, because remember this: God uses the very things that we won't even think that He would use to line us up with His will. So again, I could only keep going back to that. All things. It don't specify the things.
Yeah.
It says all things. That means bad things, not yet finished things.
Come here.
That means not completed things. That means things I don't even understand. It says all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to His purpose in our lives.
That's the key.
So remember this: everything that we go through is for His purpose created in our life.
Yeah.
So because it's a divorce, that don't mean it's over.
No.
Because it's a bad situation, that don't mean it's over.
Yeah.
All you got to do is put your trust in Him and watch Him work. The thing is, now you're out. Here's the thing. Thank you, Holy Ghost. You're out the way. So sometimes God has to use that battle to move you out the way so that He can fight the battle. Because a lot of times when we're in it, we're so busy trying to take control over it because we can't feel. See, again, we can't feel the way we feel because it can't happen to me. Because do you know who I am? I'm from Louisiana, and that don't go down like that. My mama told me to be tough.
Right.
Oh, God got to get all that out the way so that now He can take over. So that now He can take over and He can fight this battle. Because He said, what? I'll fight your battles.
I'll do it.
I'll fight your battles. So with that being said, you can heal from a broken situation. You can heal.
You do not have to walk around condemned.
And you don't have to walk around condemning yourself, feeling like a failure, climbing in your box because you don't want nobody to see you fail.
Yeah.
Get out that box.
Yes.
Because this is not about your level of comfortability.
Yeah.
This is about you facing. Come on here.
The man in the
facing
mirror.
the man in the mirror.
Yeah.
And then facing the man in the mirror.
Talk that talk. We getting a million views.
Yeah. Y'all listen.
Yes. Carl, you're right. He said we need to talk more about reconciliation. Yes.
Okay.
And that reconciliation is back to God.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Thank you, Carl. We definitely will do that because we
Yes.
want to hear what you guys want to hear us talk about, so we can keep it real and talk to the people according to what your needs are. Y'all listen, that was perfect. Pastor Jay, there's no other thing that need to be said after that. That was like the benediction. So it is now our time, yo. It's our time. We have had a great show today. Listen,
Josh, thank you, man.
If you have enjoyed this show and you ate from the table, subscribe on our YouTube channel, Shift Real Talk TV. Go over there. We're trying to get some views, y'all. We're trying to get the views up.
We getting a million views.
We getting a million views.
Getting a million.
And y'all listen. Also, make sure that you share. Share. We're going to give you an opportunity right now. Share, Tony Bird. Share, Carl. Share, Patricia. We want you guys to share. Kim, share. So that people can hear more about what they need to hear to get these relationships right.
Got you.
And with that being said.
We got you, T-Bird.
I'm your girl, Lady Free.
I'm your boy, Pastor J.
Zania.
There you go, that song. And my boy, Josh. Come on.
Mr. Bro J himself.
Mr.
Bro
Bro
J
J.
himself.
Until next week.
Until next week, y'all.
We love you.
We love y'all.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Peace.
Thanks for watching.